Today, I'm going to be talking about my take on investing in smaller bedroom unit type for investment. Property prices have been increasing all this while and many may feel that they are being priced out. Some may even ask if they should go for a smaller unit for investment. I know many agents will tell you not to invest in one bedroom and increasingly two bed, one bath unit type as well. And I can totally understand why, because quite frankly, it can take quite a while to set it off and the government's stance is towards own occupation instead of investment. But taking a while to sell doesn't mean it can't sell, just that you have to factor in the longer period that it will take to offload. Other than that, the capital appreciation is also not as good as bigger unit, and this is a known fact. Look at Treasure at Tampines 1 bedroom to 3 bedroom profit difference. Generally, the capital gain increases as the number of bedrooms increases. Look at Riversound at Shenkang, which is also showing similar pattern for their 1 to 3 bedroom profit. Of course, you can go for units like 3 bedroom or bigger. That will be the best, as bigger unit potentially gives you higher capital gain in the future. But let's face it, sometimes it's not a matter of how good a capital appreciation you can get, but rather whether you can afford to buy a bigger unit or not. Especially so when property price has been steadily going up and many people may be priced out. So to put it bluntly, sometimes a beggar cannot be a chooser lah. If you can buy a new launch 1 or 2 bedroom, that will be the best because you are having the first mover advantage by buying at the lowest price. And if you choose the right condo with the right attributes, the chances of making a decent capital gain is relatively high. I do not know if the pattern will continue into the future, but what we can see is that developers do not seem that keen to launch 1 bedroom unit in new condo launches nowadays. And even if they do, right, there will be limited units. Some developers even start their development with 2 bed, 2 bath unit type instead of 2 bed, 1 bath, making the entry level price to be higher and higher. The recent launches like Bloomsbury, Lindenwood, Springleaf Residence, Faber Residence, Sky at Holland, and Penrith started with minimum of 2 bedroom unit type. The Sand at Upper Bukit Timah and Canberra Residences have 1 bedroom, but only 10 units and 3 units respectively. Therefore, you can see that smaller and lower quantum units are getting lesser. But are we just going to sit there and cry and do nothing? As much as many people may discourage you to go into a resale 1 or 2 bedroom unit, I see an opportunity to start building your capital from resale 1 or 2 bedroom if you are being priced out of the new condo 1 or 2 bedroom unit type. Now, before you start blaming me on introducing bad buys like this, let me give you my reasons why I think 1 and 2 bedrooms still can buy. First reason, we can already see that developers are not that keen to push out supply for 1 bedroom and 2 bed, 1 bath unit. Of course, we still see 2 bed, 1 bath unit for sure, but units may be lesser as I think we are gearing towards more on 2 bed, 2 bath unit types. So supply of these bedroom unit types will be well controlled and I don't think we are going into the oversupply zone. Second reason, the total number of marriages in Singapore is also getting lower. This chart shows the number of marriages from 2015 to 2024, a period of 10 years. The average number of marriages for the first half of this period, 2015 to 2019, was 27,389 and the average dropped to 27,000 in the second half of the period. And I feel that as the society progresses, the numbers may go down further. More people are getting married at the later stage of their life or prefer to remain single for various reasons. And I'm sure you'll be able to feel the societal change in the attitude towards marriage as well. Third reason, even for those who are married, there's an increasing percentage of couples who choose not to have kids due to the stress and cost, or maybe at max have 1 kid. You can see the total fertility rate going down from 1.83 in 1990 to 0.97 in 2023. The total fertility rate remains the same at 0.97 in 2024. And because of that, we should see an increase of such families looking at 1 bedroom to 2 bedroom unit. For me personally, I saw an increase in inquiries buying 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom unit for own occupation, and they are mainly singles, couples and couples with 1 kid. Fourth reason, the divorce rate in Singapore is also not low. I think it's more like a first world problem. This is definitely not a statistics that we should be celebrating, and I know it's not nice to be banking on these statistics to talk about the demand, but it is a fact. You can see the number of marital dissolution annually for the last 10 years is consistently above 7,000, and is more than double the number in the 80s. Every divorce may create a demand for another housing, and you think about it, there is a chance that this divorce may create demand for smaller unit as well. The last reason, Singapore is now classified as a super age society, with over 20% of its population aged 65 and above. For older individuals living in a large private home, the space often becomes excessive once their children moved out. These properties can feel burdensome to maintain and impractical for daily living. Some may choose to downsize to smaller condo unit for easy maintenance and yet still retain the lifestyle that they want. Therefore, the supply of smaller unit is slowing down, but I can see the demand growing steadily. Hence, I reckon that there is still a market for it. This is my point of view. You can disagree with me, and that is fine. I'm not selling you a dream that buying small unit will earn you good profit in the future. But I do think there will be a demand and there will be price support due to the rentability and demand from owner-occupiers. The fear is always about what if I can't get good capital gain from my property? And the question to ask is, should we always be so focused on capital gain? Yes, having capital gain is important for sure. But what if I tell you there's another important thing that we should be focusing on that is equally important or maybe even more important than capital gain? I will talk about this topic in another video, of which you can find the link in the description below. And also, please do help me out by hitting the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel for more real estate content. Okay, back to the topic. Since we are mostly afraid of zero capital gain, let me go through with you a calculation of buying a one-bedroom resale unit for investment and selling it at the same price after 4 years. That means zero capital gain. Would you be in a worse off position buying this one-bedroom unit with no capital gain, or do you think it can actually help you to progress into a bigger property next time? Let's take a one-bedroom unit at Parc Esta, which is right beside Eunos MRT, for example. I've done the calculation using our PropNext calculator. Looking at the market, which has quite a few units for sale, some are below 1 million, but just assume you bought a one-bedroom unit for $1 million. Interest rate is at 1.6% and you are 40 this year, so max loan tenure is 25 years. If you are younger, then even better, as you have a longer runway for investment and your monthly mortgage will be lower. Assume a maximum loan of 75%, that means 25% will be your deposit and also your capital as well, which is $250,000. Let's take the average transacted rental at Parc Esta of $3,500 per month, hold it for 4 years after the SSD period, and you sell it back to the market at $1 million. The monthly mortgage is about $3,000, so we have a positive cash flow. We will also cater to vacant period in between tenancy, bank loan interest expense, maintenance fee, estimated property tax, estimated income tax from the rental income, expenses for some furniture, maybe some minor repair for wear and tear, and also agent commission. After 4 years, even though you sell with no capital gain, can you see that you are getting back $407,000 in cash and CPF? And remember, your initial capital is only $250,000. All this while, you have your tenant to pay for your bank loan interest expense and helping you to pay for your principal repayment while still having positive cash flow monthly. With your own savings, career progression over the next 4 years, plus the amount of capital you have built from buying and selling the one-bedroom unit, you can progress to upgrade to a 2-bedroom unit or maybe a 3-bedroom unit, thus increasing the value of your property holding. Therefore, even with zero capital appreciation, you can still benefit from this investment because someone else is paying for your property. It's like someone putting money into your bank savings account monthly. Smaller unit is a good starting point for singles and couples to start their property journey if they have lower capital and slowly progress to bigger unit as they progress in their career. If you are priced out of new launches, resale 1 and 2 bedroom might be your way in, and from there you build. But a disclaimer, please don't anyhow go and buy a 1 or 2 bedroom unit without any research, okay? If you are stuck and unsure what's still possible, contact me. I'll walk you through what's available, what's realistic, and what's strategic. No hype, just honest advice. And that's all for this video. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.